yourself new perspective and new hope and new understanding, and that will require pain, that will require trying new things. It's not going to come easily, but there is definitely hope to get in that new direction that you want to get into. I started streaming again a month ago, and I'm still kind of like on the fence, like, what am I really doing with this? What's my intention? What's my goal? Because it can't just be like a wishy-washy, oh, I hope this, I hope that. Like, there has to be some kind of vision of some kind with it. And I think I am getting some clarity of that and getting some greater hope or greater understanding of that, which is encouraging. But it also is just reminding me that none of this is going to happen immediately. If somebody is really struggling with their self-worth, they're really struggling with all these other senses, it's just like any other sense, like a sense of smell or a sense of taste. It's going to take time to build back up. And there's things that can knock out our senses, and we can choose to knock out our own senses. Like, the brain's extremely powerful. We can basically make anything happen, more or less. We have a lot of control. No, we don't have infinite control. We do have a lot of control, a lot more control than a lot of people would want you to think. You can take some different actions than actions you've ever taken before, and in a couple days you could be in a spot that you have literally never been before. There's a lot of power in that. There's a lot of humility in realizing that. So I think we've rambled enough. But I think we can do this where we look for proof that we're enough, and there's abundant proof for that. And you can look for proof that you are not enough, and you might think you found proof for that too. And it's just humbling, and it's just crazy. But it's important to just be compassionate with yourself and to have like these goals, have these places where you show up for yourself, to lift up yourself, and you prioritize those. For me right now, I enjoy streaming. I feel like I get some good thoughts. I get to hear myself think. I get to play a video game. I get to hyper focus on that, enjoy that. And for now, that's pretty important to me. It's not as important as some of the other things in my life, but there is definitely some importance it holds for me. It helps me want to do things in between in my life. It helps me want to continue to grow and become a better version of myself, and so there's a lot of things going on in there. I just want to read a little scripture. I'll just share a little thought, and then we'll just kind of go for it. So this is James chapter 1 verse 17. It says, "Every good gift and every perfect gift is from above, and cometh down from the Father of lights, with whom there is no variableness, neither shadow of turning." And for me, I really like this scripture because it's saying like, hey, good things come from God, and you can know that if good things are happening in your life, or if like things seem really difficult right now and good things don't seem to be happening in your life, then the Lord is definitely, He's good. He's going to help you out. He's looking out for you. He's aware of all the emptiness you're pulling up. He's aware of all the struggles you're experiencing. He's aware of all the pains that you're feeling on a day-to-day basis. It makes you think of people that literally live with like a chronic disease that is really difficult on some days to live with, like diabetes or anything like that. I couldn't imagine living with something like that. That'd be really hard. And I'm sure that those people with diabetes some days will be like, man, I wish I could just make it so this wasn't the case. Or they'll throw shade at themselves because of whatever reason. The reality, though, is that we all are whole we all need healing. But we are enough as we are, and we can become more whole each day as we just choose patience and trust it's interesting because there's times I definitely want myself to feel a certain way, or I want things to be a certain way, and like when I'm in traffic, I want the traffic to go away. And I want that just to magically happen, and that's never going to happen. It's going to take time, but then the traffic will subside and things will continue as they do. But yeah, I guess I'll just share that, good gifts, they come from God. God gives good gifts, the Father of lights, and that He wants us to be children of the light. Talks about that in 1 Thessalonians 5:5, how God wants us to be children of light and children of the day. But yeah, I'm really tired, but we're going to get this run off and going, and we'll see where it takes us. But just know that I know that like God is good, God cares about you, He's aware of you, and I just want to leave that as a testimony in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. So I think we're going to jump in. It's one of those ready or not kind of things. It's like, I guess we're jumping in, and if anybody is here, cool, but if not, you know what? That is completely cool. I'm just gonna be chilling, and I wish the tags on Twitch weren't so wonky. They could be really wonky, like they just don't work. Do not work at all. Yeah, but we're gonna give this a go, and we'll see. Like I was just saying before, we'll see where it takes us, and at the very least, it will be good for me to get all these thoughts out there, because I always have so many thoughts, and I know sometimes I need to think less, but it also feels good to get these thoughts out and know like I have this space to just go ham and share my thoughts. So yeah, so we're going to jump into it and just enjoy it, and we'll like I was saying before, we'll see where it takes us. I was hoping to get 53:28 in the last, well, I did get 53:28 in the last stream. So we'll see where we get this time. I'm gonna go grab some water, and then we'll just jump into it. I appreciate anybody who's here, and yeah, that's that. Whoa. I'm probably going to use one of my playlists. No offense to the creators of their beautiful music. I think I'm just going to use one of my own playlists, so bear with me. I'm going to get another playlist set up. It's not going to, don't worry, it's not going to be anything. It's probably like my straight chilling playlist or one of my other chill playlists. Because I love the Celeste playlist, but I feel like it's just not really what I need to hear right now, I feel like I need something that's a little more encouraging, I guess. I don't know. So let me find something real quick. Ooh. See, this will be fun. Find a song. Okay. There you go, how's that? This is Game Chops. Okay. That's our PB file. We're gonna keep that one. We're gonna keep that one alive. Oh, we need to turn the music off, bro. I'm losing precious time right now. That's okay. I don't really expect much of this first run. This first run is mostly just a vibe, honestly. I'm gonna have a friend jump into the next run with me. He's gonna help me. He's gonna coach me through it, so that'll be fun. And who knows, maybe we'll get another PB on stream. But yeah, I definitely needed some different music today. There's no doubt. I probably need to turn it down a tiny bit, so let me turn it down a tiny bit. But I hope that people are doing good. One of these days I'll have to have my, this is just the Game Chops, Animal Crossing, KK, and Friends remix. If I know what the song is, then I will, I'll share, obviously. With most of these, since it's my playlist, I know what the song is. But today's just been, it's been really humbling. Cause I started freelance editing on Fiverr to make some money, and that's been good. But I haven't really had many clients from it, because just like with anything, when you get started, it's gonna be slow once you get started. And you also have to be willing to try new things, because if you want to have new results, but you're not trying new things, I don't know how you can do that. You know, it happens all the time in relationships, where somebody learns a lot from a relationship, but then in their next relationship, they don't change things, and so they end up making some of the same mistakes. Maybe they fall for some of the same red flags, or whatever it might be, you know. And I'm just saying it's important, like when you're going through life and as you're learning things, to pay attention to the mistakes you make, because the mistakes are not you. It's something that you did. You know, it's like it's as attached to you as you want it to be. Just like with any good thing. For me, I want to remember all the good things that I've done in my life and remember them really, really well. And that helps me to feel, you know, better about things. Even if in the moment things are crazy and I feel like I don't really have control of them, it helps for me to have a sense of clarity. You can get a greater sense of clarity from changing things up, being patient with the process. 139 is pretty good, honestly pretty good with this, so. Yeah, there's just a lot of thoughts in my mind. For one thing, like, when I made this straight chilling playlist, the one you're listening to right now, I was not thinking about using it in a Twitch stream. And yet, here we are. Here we are. Ooh, here we are, bro. So, it's a little too early to tell if we're on pace for PV, but so far things are pretty good. I like how I'm using I like how I'm using a new playlist. For me, I mean, I have ADHD, I love novelty, I love being able to change things up. Sometimes it feels illegal, like, it's like my brain's like, bro, I'd love to just listen to a different playlist right now, even though it sounds weird. And then I turn it on, or I turn on a church talk or something, or a podcast or whatever as I'm playing a video game, and I'm like, wow, this feels amazing. Because my brain likes doing multiple things at once, or not necessarily not multitasking or multi-focusing, but just kind of having all these things going on, if that makes sense. to feel like you're doing all these things. Wow. That was beautiful. It just goes to show you can die at like literally any part, even if it's been a while. So this is the profound beats, I think. I'm a pretty good curator, I would say, of at least chill music. I'm very like in tune with how music makes me feel, so I do not. Oh my. I really do not waste my time. Like I did as a teenager, there's times where I'd listen to music that was not very good. There's some rap that friends were into that I wanted to fit in more with them. Oh my soul. And so I would listen to that rap crap with them, and not saying all rap is bad, but a lot of it is very not good, especially for somebody with ADHD who literally memorizes things, and yeah, that's hard. But it is life. It's like, sure, maybe if I'd been diagnosed before I was 20, things could have been better, but at this point it's like, I don't really want to know. It makes for an interesting story. Because most people, they get diagnosed when they're, younger. I wasn't diagnosed until I was 20, and it was because I'd flown under the radar of having ADHD, and so it just kind of happened later. It was kind of, I guess it was kind of like one of those things where inevitably it just kind of came up. Like, it was impossible for it to be hidden in the darkness forever. And in this case, it was something that was hidden in the darkness that was very good to come to the light. And there are things in life that are like that. It's like, this thing is not very well known, but now that it is well known, this is going to do good. This is going to make a difference in the world. So, yeah. These are the thoughts I have as I'm streaming Celeste. 3:28, not bad. 5:54 is our time right now, and that actually was my fastest mile in high school as a junior. My very last meet as a junior, I believe I ran a 5:54 mile, which is pretty good. I ran a 7-minute my first meet in high school. And you'll find, just like with running in Celeste or running in real life, running in anything, it gets more difficult to improve on your previous best. You have to have greater communication. That is vital with a relationship or whatever it might be. If there is not good communication, then it's probably not going to last when a real storm comes in. That's why I'm all about like working, getting things figured out, appreciating, sunshine, but also like working on things and preparing for what is inevitably coming, which is challenges. Challenges to test how true this love, this whatever it is. And let me tell you, I've had times in my life where my love for God, for other people, has been tested, and I fell short. I was not true to that person, to that thing, to even God. And that is a very humbling place to be. I look at those things as gifts, like, wow, this was able to help me see I was blowing this thing way out of proportion. I was being so unkind to myself. Now I can never let this happen ever again. I was talking briefly with a couple. The thought just came to mind, and when thoughts come to mind, I tend to share them with people, and if they're people I just met. I started talking with this couple that was just eating their food, and I was like, it's cool that you guys are eating lunch together, because when couples and when people want to understand each other, they generally go out to eat, and you never know like what can come of like going out to eat, talking about things, and like making bridges and such. And I think of times in my life where, being able to talk about these kind of things and an open, safe atmosphere really can just change the entire landscape of whatever the thing is that you're building, whether it's a marriage, whether it's a business, whether it's, whatever it is, because you can tell them what you're thinking and be like, hey, this is how I feel about this, and then you can continue forward with that. And this is the Rebecca Briggs. I just need a thing that says like what the music is, but man, this is I remember finding this is a 24-minute epic music remix of Donkey Kong Country 2. I've listened to this a lot in college, and but yeah, it's important to have the ability to speak openly about these kind of things, because it makes things a lot more simple. Life was not meant to be easy, but I do believe to a great degree it can be pretty simple. You get to choose who you would like to become. You can choose a lot of these different things. Life is a lot of a choose your own adventure. I believe that there is a purpose, there is a plan for being on this earth, that God intends for us to live with Him again, and that's why He sent Jesus to the earth, etc., etc. But I'm also willing and eager to just lift up people with where they're at, and I don't ask them to believe the same way I do or anything like that, because I don't think that is that's helpful. It's like, let people believe how they want to believe, let them do their own thing, because I do not know what that person has lived, felt, experienced. Their experiences are different from mine in life, so it's interesting, because this is just a practice of me listening to myself, because there's been streams where, maybe I did want to put on different music, but today it's like, okay, no, we are putting on different music, and it's great, because it's like, it feels like a win, whether anybody comes to this stream or not. Obviously, I would love to talk, to hang out with somebody, to know that this stream is lifting up somebody or making a difference for somebody or helping them to find God or whatever it might be. That's obviously the goal, but I'm also aware of the fact that with a lot of things that take time, there will be those days that it seems you are wasting your time, and it all depends who you ask. It all depends on what you're going after. I want to get better at spreading God's word. I want to get better at speaking with Him in mind. I want to get better at living the life I want to live. And so for me, speaking all these things into existence and sharing these thoughts while also playing Celeste is, for me, makes sense. Obviously, there's things way more important. I need to make money, and there's other things, but yeah, I don't know. It really is interesting. It's just, especially like, we don't understand what people are going through, and so it is important to be patient with it. But sometimes we don't need to know more information. Like, somebody's already told us that they are struggling. So if we see that they're having a rough time, and they've already told us that they could use help, we probably don't need an invitation. I mean, obviously, proceed with caution, but all I'm saying is, ooh, I wanted it so bad, I really did. And now we're losing a little bit of momentum, but it's like people do need help, but they will ask it in the way they feel comfortable, and that's really sad sometimes, because sometimes somebody, and I've been in this boat, where somebody's really struggling. It's like, you don't have to. You can reach out to this person. They will not hate you or judge you for it. There are so many people that God put in my path of like, this person I know would not judge me, and there's times where I chose to believe that person would judge me, and that prevented me from reaching out to them. Had nothing to do with the actual truth, is what I perceived as the truth. And that is why perceptions really are a lot of your reality. In this moment, I could tell myself a ton of different stories. Like, oh my, I only have 2 viewers. I'm completely wasting my time playing this video game on Twitch. And then there's the other part of me. It's like, oh no, it's like, bro, I have a playlist going. I'm having a good time. We're doing pretty good. It's all good. I don't know. You got both of those stories. You get to choose which one that you will live. There's no like in between. I've done that before of like, okay, I'm just gonna live no story. No, what you are doing is that you're denying that you have gifts, you have value, and that is probably one of the worst stories you can tell yourself, and I would know because I've lived that to a certain degree, believing I had forfeited my worth, that it was all a sham, that, you know, everything that I'd ever done that was good was all God, and I mean that's true, but I was also saying that none of that was me, that there was really no, like I was just kind of a fake, more or less. So, but now I see a lot more clearly. I'm like, okay, you know, it's just kind of a patience game, because how I feel about one thing on one day could change. And this goes along with love. Love is a choice. Love is, I think, obviously love is a feeling, but it's also a choice. You have to be able to do things to maintain that. There has to be trusting in the plan as far as you understand what God has told you, and moving forward with that. That is important. That is very important. And so far we're just vibing. I mean, I think 7 or 850. Like that's not bad. I'm thinking right now, like, I don't know, it'll be interesting to see which run is faster. See, that's what I'm curious about right now. Because like with one, I mean, with one I'll be more warmed up, but this one I'll be, you know, I don't know. It's interesting. It's just interesting to think about, because it's like, you know what? If I had kept streaming and I had never stopped streaming, you know what? Maybe there was a lot of these experiences and pains I would not have experienced. And yes, that even if that is true, then that means a lot of these stories I wouldn't have had. Maybe I wouldn't feel as passionately about some of these things, especially the more painful things. It's like, I never want to feel any of those things again, or I don't want anybody to have to feel these things if they, if the story would be helpful for them. I do not want them to experience that same struggle. So. But at the same time, I mean, it's just like with anything. I mean, as a part of your story, there has to be grace. There has to be like, okay, because we're not perfect. Imperfect people are all God has ever had to work with, besides Jesus, of course. But it's like, oh my goodness, help. We have to be patient with ourselves, because there's things we did not understand. Like, somebody can tell us something, and then we'll be like, oh my, now I need to change up my approach. But until they told you that, you are running off of limited information. I learned this a lot in sales. Like, you can have your interests, you can have your feeling for somebody to be one way, but then they tell you like, oh, actually, this is why I need this product, or this is what I'm actually struggling with, and you can be like, oh, whoa, that is that's really helpful. Like, that changes how I see you, you know? Yeah. It's fascinating. I'm fascinated by all this stuff. Especially the fact that vulnerability completely can like save a relationship or a business or something like that, because I think a lot of people are craving for vulnerability, because we don't get a lot of that these days. People think like they have to be perfect, and that literally is the title of this stream, is like, you are enough, you know? I've had times where I was like, nope, I am not going to believe that, and it leads to confusion. And it definitely leads to a lot of different struggles. Wow, we actually can almost make that jump. I don't know, we're gonna... No, that... I don't know about that. That's oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy, we struggling right now. Okay, that's fine. I think I need to set up how to beat YouTube music, because I think the YouTube video is making the game lag a little bit. And I think I would be able to do that, but my poor brain feels very kind of wiped out right now, so maybe not right now. I could try to go on YouTube Music instead. I'm sure that would be easier, but it's not too bad though. Overall, it's pretty, it's not too bad. They're having some times where it's like a little laggy out of nowhere, and that definitely is, I think like 512 is my best at this one. Oh boy. Oh, double boy. Okay. Jump in your head. Oh boy. Yes. No. I've been reading from the book Stillness is the Key from Ryan Holiday, and that is it, you know. Just be patient, trust the process. Oh, there we go. Ooh, I almost did 3 of those snowball jumps in a row. Yeah, this definitely could have been a lot faster. That's okay. We can make up for this in another level. And all things considered, it's not terrible. Yeah, it's like a minute or so slower than the usual. 21:25. So it's not bad. So let's see if we can get YouTube Music open instead of just straight up YouTube. Okay. Let's see, what's one we can do real quick? So Now we're on the YouTube music. Yeah, that was a kind of rough 636. Yeah, it's kind of important that we do really good at this level. I think that is what a lot of this comes back to, is having compassion on yourself, because you do not have, you know, all the information that you could possibly have. There are blind spots. Oh boy. Double oh boy. What am I doing? Okay. Truthfully, I haven't really learned much about the game since my last run of it, so there wasn't like a ton of like guaranteed proof that things would be wildly different this time, you know? So I realize my mic is way the heck over here. There hasn't been anybody saying anything in chat, so ouch. So I would assume that it's at least somewhat. Oh my, I keep messing that up. Help. Because if I don't take this shortcut, then I'm gonna have to find that key, which I do not want to do. So let's get out of here. Yes, there's an opportunity cost of life for sure. It's like me doing this right now, I'm not applying for a job, I'm not working in a job, I'm not doing any of that stuff. So but I am doing this to help out myself, as a way to listen to myself, as a way to get things that maybe need to be out there. And if somebody could benefit from something that I say, then that's cool too. Or if that I can share something and somebody could, you know, benefit from that and be like, oh, that resonates with me, that's helpful for me, then that's also good. That's also good. Yeah, so far, if we finished in 5 minutes, that'd be 30. And then if we finished reflection in 10, that would put us at 40. Yeah, I don't, it doesn't really look like we're gonna PB right now. But that's okay. It's not over yet. It's not over till it's over. That has definitely been one of those recurring lessons I've learned in life recently. It's like, do not celebrate until like it's. I mean, it's obviously important to celebrate, but like I mean, like the real celebrating, like the letting your maybe not necessarily letting your guard down, but just like ready to move on to the next thing. Like I don't think you ought to do that until you are 100% certain you've gotten the victory that you wanted. I really wasn't one to go to parties at all in college, but you could relate it to like going to a party and like okay, this probably is not super smart of me to do, to stay up past midnight when I have this test or whatever, you know. Because all these things have consequences. I definitely could have gotten more sleep my last semester of college. I also could have gotten more like just mental sleep, like actually giving myself rest and actually saying like, you're doing enough right now. Like that's what I'm telling myself all the time right now. It's like, hey, like I'm proud of you, just kind of keep up the good work. And that wasn't really something I told myself much, you know, last year. But you see where that leads you to, and you're like, okay, I do need to step this up. I do need to change how I'm living my life, because that is going to lead to new opportunities. It's going to lead to new thoughts. It's going to lead to new blessings as well. So it's really important to respect all those things that you need, because you know yourself way better than a lot of other people do. So respect your needs. A lot of people are willing to accommodate and to help and assist. I saw that in college with teachers that I'd be like, hey, I know I messed this up on this assignment, but maybe you could like help out still, or give me some kind of like leeway of some kind. And you have no idea, like they may be open to that. You don't know. But if you never ask, you'll never know. That's why it's important to share where your mind is. I was talking with a friend about this at lunch today, and like literally the mind is where all these victories can take place. It also is where a lot of the funk can happen, where we think all these things, we feed all these negative emotions, negative thought patterns, and it can get pretty yucky pretty quickly if we don't check up on it, you know. Gotta work on those weeds, take care of that mind garden, and let other people see like what is going on, you know. That was something I was really not willing to do, like even like a year ago, you know. And that definitely came back to hurt me. So it's sad when it's like literally so close. Like, you just are like, come on, can you just give me that one? But no, there's code, and the game has to comply with the code, unless you, of course, you warp the code and change how the code looks, how the code works. I don't really know how that happened, because I thought it was supposed to blow up and I was supposed to get some kind of invincibility frames from it, but that's fine. Goodbye. This song is such a vibe. I literally have a memory of like being in high school and listening to this song while doing schoolwork. It is a vibe for sure. Okay. We have a little bit of time left. Get some good traction. I think as with a lot of things, it's just gonna take time. There's not gonna be a silver bullet. It's just takes time. Be patient with the process as it unfolds. Oh no, what in the world? That was not good. That's okay. I am running on not very much sleep. That's okay. That was like kind of a heartbreaker, to be honest. Oops. But yeah, I don't know. I go back to what I was saying earlier, like we don't have all the information yet. So it's important to be patient with yourself as you gather more information. And it's also important to just be okay with not knowing everything, because you are always gathering information. And so, yeah, that's just life, man. And when you make mistakes, when things fall apart or things don't go as you plan, I mean, you just kind of learn from it and be grateful for the lessons you learned, and that is that. I think this is the Kumo version of it, Frantic Factory. I'm pretty impressed with how Kumo just has his own unique feel for his remixes. It's important to have that kind of like signature with any kind of thing. The only consolation thing that I will give to rap is that a lot of the beats for rap were pretty catchy and even like exciting and whatever. For me, a lot of video game music kind of fits that bill, and then I don't even have garbage lyrics with it either. And again, like I said before, like not all rap is whack, I believe, but all like I don't know, 98% of it probably is. Maybe not that much, but basically all of it. Because I mean that's what's popular. I mean that's what the market has said. This is popular. This is what we like, and it's what sells. So anything else is in the minority when it doesn't talk about, you know, things that are generally not appropriate to talk about. Especially to talk about in a disrespectful manner. Oh, sad, bro. Double sad, bro. It's sad when you lose momentum like that, especially when holding on to it like a good friend and then you just kind of let it slip away. But this is a pretty jamming tune. This is the Luigi's Mansion training song thing. The vibe of this battle is so different. We have much more chillaxative music for it. Kind of reminds me of this one song from Custom Robo, and that game has some really chill soundtrack songs. If that's what you're going after, and sometimes that is definitely what I'm going after. I just want the chill vibes. I scratched my nose and was not able to recover my controller in time, so that was disappointing. Oh boy. Yeah, this is already it's tough because you do need to be patient with runs like this, but you also need to you be quick. Some patient quickness, no hurry, no pause. But I don't know, man. It's just trying to figure out a lot of things. And all the while it's just vital to be patient as you're figuring things out, just to be thankful for what you've learned. And then just to take today into your own hands and just be like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do today. I'm going to do things differently. Because we cannot go back and change the past. We can change the story we have of the past. What is this song? Oh, okay. I was like, it's like I love my church music, but I don't think people on Twitch want to hear my Twitch or my church music. No, that's not what this is. Some kind of vibey thingy-mabobber. Ouch, crushed. Crushed again. There is no doubt I am definitely getting more the hang of this. It's just I am running on a little bit lack of sleep, or a lot of lack of sleep, and I also don't have a ton of momentum from this run. That was so close. Breaks my heart when that happens. Okay. So close, man. And again, like this isn't necessarily super bad. Like this is so interesting. You get all these levels of no level up, and then you just have level up like this. But yeah. Yeah, like last time my run was 53:28, so we'd have to absolutely wreck this last one to beat that. I do think we'll be able to beat my previous PB of 58:11. Just knowing that I beat 58:11 once makes it a lot easier to do it again. Yeah, it might have been good to check my playlist before I jumped in, but that's okay. Right now we're just kind of... Can I make that? No. It's okay. Take it a day at a time. Especially when things seem most confusing. Just slow down. Definitely don't have to have it all figured out. Just do whatever the day requires. And enjoy the process. It's tough too, like when you are doing a run like I'm doing now and you already know that you're not going to make your PB, you're already behind, so oh, I thought I had 2 jumps. But yeah, you just gotta be patient. Be kind to yourself as far as like the words you say, the thoughts you take care of. There is a very mind-blowing thought that I've found to be pretty true. It's that thoughts lead to circumstances. So, because thoughts will eventually change how you see yourself, change how you see your circumstances, and once you see your circumstances as more changeable, and see yourself as a common denominator with a lot of it and be like, okay, there's things I can do here. Yeah. It is humbling though. I feel like a lot of the getting back into Twitch thing has been good in that it's helped me see like, oh yes, Twitch is there for me, but I'm like, is it there for me is the question, you know? And I think it is there for me, and it's cool to know I have people I can talk with and hang out with on here, and people that don't think of me any different. You just kind of have to be patient with the journey. I know sometimes I want okay, let's fix this right now. I just want things to magically be fixed. It's just not how life works. It's beautiful when you're able to get greater clarity in your life, but chances are that is something you're going to have to continue to fight for. That is one of the sad facts of life, but also is powerful too, because it helps you to know, like, okay, yeah, this is something I will fight for, and I will fight for this not only today, but also like 5 years from now, because this is something that I want to have in my life. And again, we're back to relationships, we're back to anything, any part of yourself you want to hold on to is something you have to fight for. I mean, anybody who speed runs, if they didn't speed run for like a while, or stream, if they didn't stream for a while, they would lose. I mean, they'd lose the compounding. You know, obviously there's lessons you can learn from stepping away from something. But yeah. Well, that was pretty good. I like the Mario Kart 64 sound a lot. I think this is all lo-fi, Leah. So. Oh my, help. Okay. There we go. It's crazy because what music does is it makes it so you get so caught up in the music and everything else. It can be like a spell, honestly. It's like I wasn't even aware I was at 2,000 meters already. Granted, It's like I would like to already have had a... Oh boy, we messed that up. Hey, what's up, Silver Crystal? Yeah, it's been a little bit more of a chill stream. It's been pretty silent. But it'll be fun to chat with you in the next run. I just have to finish up this one. I was hoping to get a... Oh boy. I was hoping to get a PB because I am... I won't be able to get a PB, but I can get a better than what I got at one time. Like I got 58.11, that was my PB for a while. So I think I can beat that still. I think I can do that still. But we'll see. It does happen. That is part of the... It's part of it for sure. But I'm interested to see if talking with a friend and just kind of vibing while hanging out, if I'll do better or not. I'll probably change the playlist back to the music from the game. Today I just wanted something different, you know? With the ADHD, I'm just learning to respect my desire for novelty a lot better and just be like, you know what? I want to switch it up. Let's switch it up. Don't want to hear the same old music. As wonderful as it is, it's like, I'm gonna switch it up. Speedrunning is pretty repetitive. Yes, it is. It's extremely repetitive. That's why I only do Celeste on Tuesdays, or I only do like any speedrunning stuff on Tuesdays. Right now it's Celeste. For Celeste, audio isn't necessarily key. No, it's not. It's really about the precision. And I want the stream to be a stream of helping people to chill out and such, and so I guess if I can accomplish that, even if nobody's here, there's some value in that, of course. But yeah, it kind of blows my mind. I got 53.28 last Tuesday. So, but I still made mistakes because that is how this works. Is you will make mistakes. You will fall short. It's about what you do after you fall short. After that happens. I think a lot of it, it's about making little adjustments to when you learn that things that don't really work for you or for somebody else or whatever it might be. But I hope you had a good time hanging out. I mean, I guess I can get into it obviously on the audio, but yeah, I'm excited. I mean, I like talking with people. It's fun catching up and stuff. Definitely in this in-between spot where it's tempting to just kind of lay stagnant and not really do much, and I just can't afford to do that, you know? I saw that in college when I would do that, where you have to make up for the time eventually. And so it's interesting. I was talking to this lady I literally just met at a restaurant, and she just felt really compelled to talk to me. Well, I complimented her on her shirt because she was wearing a nice shirt. And then she started talking, and then she's like, yeah, do you have your master's? Like, no. It's like, I have my bachelor's. She's like, huh, you really need to figure out what you're doing. I'm like, yes. You are right about that. That is right. I would very much like to have an actual job so I could stream like without worry about where my next paycheck is going to come from and such. And yeah, it would that obviously make things more simple if money wasn't even one of the thoughts. I think it's just part of life, obviously, at least my life right now. It's just that it's something that I care about, I think about. It's like, it's kind of important. I figure out how I'm gonna make money, because I've tried multiple different things, and it's not that nothing's worked, but nothing's really worked super well, at least with online income. And then jobs I have had, I mean, they've mostly been more like temporary jobs, nothing like super long term. So I think what comes to mind is like the need to like really cement myself in an ecosystem. And it's definitely happened with podcasting. I feel like I have a real place in there. It's becoming more clear and stuff, but there's still a lack of feeling of belonging, feeling like it's just easy to let your thoughts kind of get away with you or away from you when don't really know what you're doing. A lot of time I've worked at a place for a year and moved on. Yeah, I mean that's kind of me, man. Just kind of work there and be like, okay, this is what I learned. I figured this out, and I think a lot of it too is just not. You just got to do your thing, man. It's like we don't need to have people's chatter. We don't need any of that. Like I've had people be like, oh, why aren't you going back to school, or why aren't you I don't know, why don't you have like a job right now? It's like, well, I'm applying for jobs. It's just not really happening. And I'm like, okay, well, I kind of want to make some money. Maybe I could just work at like a fast food place or something. And they're like, why would you do that? It's like, I don't know, man. I need something. Because I can't have all this free time to myself. I go crazy. But I did start freelance writing, editing. Oh wow, that was clean. So that's good. But nice. It's something. It's nice to have a something. A something. It's nice to have a something, because when you have a something, it's better than a nothing. And you also just never really know who's gonna stick around, like for the parts of the story. Oh my soul. You never know who's gonna stick around for like the end of your story, or at least to see how things come together. Some people are like, okay, that's enough I've seen of Dallon's story. I do not want to see any more. It's like, I mean, that is your choice. That is 100% your choice. I believe that the best in my life is yet to come. Yeah, but yeah, America could definitely have a better perspective on work. 100%. It is sad how few people really choose to see the person rather than the job. It's funny because like literally last time Silver Crystal with the last run, it was like right around this time, and I was kind of frustrated. So I'm excited to see if I'm able to just completely do way, way, way better than this. So work is not a status thing. I really don't care what someone else's job is, only if they're passionate about it. Thank you. Yes. And the way I look at it too, it's like you have your what you feel like is your calling in life, right? And so even if like flipping burgers isn't your calling, but you can make an impact on people while you are there, you know? God can put you in the path of people or whatever, and then it gives you more stories. I like having stories. Okay, that was a little rough. Actually, not too bad. It's not too bad. Not too bad. All things considered, it's pretty good. I mean, under an hour is fine. It's not necessarily great, but it's all right. Okay, so I think we're just gonna jump back into it, and then probably turn on the music louder. We can keep it at 3. And I'll just give you a call. PBs are an exception for sure. No reason to be disappointed missing the mark. Yeah, it was fun. I mean, I had a good time with it. I think that's definitely what's key. So. It's all good. I mean, every stream's gonna be different, and I'm still kind of jumping back into it, and sort of just. It's good to have a place where I can just kind of be myself, hang out, chill, even if there's like nobody else here. It's just it helps me to like feel for myself, I guess. So that's important. It's important for myself to hear all these things. Ow, so many crackings. Okay. I feel like for myself, some of the struggles I've had, they might have been less painful if I had been doing some kind of outlet like this, even if it was streaming to like one person, because for me, just there's so much value for me, from my perspective, and just being able to share stuff.